Hello everyone. I'm so glad you have joined me today. I am continuing with my using my dies to create masks. And today I use the Stitch Nested Labels dies. Now, this is not the smallest one, but it's the next one up. And then I just went up to the one all the way up from there. So it's not the smallest, but the next one. So I used that along with some window sheets and I cut them out. And you want to save both pieces because one thing, you can use these to stack and do your color blending with it. And then you also have these pieces to use, and those are what we're going to use today. And here's the card we're going to make. I created this fun background using the die pieces and some ink. So let's get started. Let me move this out of the way. And I'm going to put this up here like so. All right. And my colors are Coastal Cabana and Highland Heather. Now you're going to need a piece of scrap paper because you'll be working off the panel. So first thing I need is I'm going to open these up, and I'm going to grab my blending brushes here. All right, there they are. And then I want a piece of paper, and this paper is probably about, let's see, it's 3 3/4 by 5. All right, and I just put this down, and then I started in this bottom corner. So let me see. Let me lay out my pieces here so I have all my sizes, because I did vary my sizes. So let's start with this one, and we'll put it down here. And I'm going to take my brush, and again, I'm starting on, and it'll take a while to get the ink built up, and then it'll just go around. And you kind of got to hold it in place so you're not pressing hard. All right, so we've got that first shape. All right, now don't mix your shapes up because you'll have a mess if you do. All right, then I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to put it on top. Now this one will not look like this at all because I am just kind of picking and choosing. All right. All right. And once your ink gets built up on your sponge or your blending brush, it goes fairly quickly. You do have to be careful with your fingers on your mask that you don't get it on your card. All right. So there's that, and you can see already how the designs worked out. Now I'm going to take this little tiny one, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do it in the same color as that other one. So I tried to add different colors in. And again, always start on your mask and go off. This is when you have to be careful because your fingers get ink on them and you pick it up and then it gets on there somewhere. But you can kind of hide it. All right, I need a purple, and this is my purple one. So I'm going to stick my purple one right about there. And I'm going to go at it with this. And you can make it as dark or as light as you like. All right. Okay, so I've got that. All right, I'm going to, I think I'm going to add, I need something over here. It needs to be a purple one. that one's, no, that one's not that. So I'm going to use this one, and I'll come at it at a different angle. All right. This way you can kind of see the process that you go through. And I just add the ink as I go and not worry about it. And then this one I'm going to put in this way. You can do this with any shape. Can you see this done with a leaf in the fall and fall colors? Oh, that would be pretty. All right. I'm wiping my hands off in between because I don't want to get it. See, I mean, they're going to get, this one's not too bad, but this one's going to get messy. All right. I've got some spots on there. Oh, you know what? I bet that's the removable adhesive that I put on there. I'll take my eraser when I'm done and clean it up. Okay, now I need purple. Let's go back to a big purple, and we'll add it up here. You can kind of see where my fingerprints are. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just keep layering it on till you're happy. Give me a small one of these in here. The key is, see, I got a fingerprint there. I'll hide it. So that's the only thing you have to be careful about. I'll pull in a small give me this purple one, and I'll do it like this. And then that piece is right there on the edge, and it's gone. You cannot see it. All right, I need something in this corner, and it was that one. So let's take the bigger one and put it here. Now when you finish, you can take and rinse off your die cuts. See, it's messy. Oh, I need a little tiny one of, no, give me the little one of the purple. I had the big one, but I'm going to put a little one in there like that. Okay. And you do want some white space in there because it does add interest. All right. And let me see. I need one over here. So I'm going to take this purple one and put it right there. Just keep your brushes separate. That's the key. There we go. And I'm going to put this one here. And I am done. So just add your angles in wherever. And there it is. All right, now I have got to clean this up or I'm going to have this everywhere. So give me a minute. Now that we have our background created, we're ready to put our card together. I ended up taking a layer of the Highland Heather, and this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 is how I did it. I went up 1/8 of an inch. So let me add this here, and I can kind of hide some of that. So there are ways to hide things. And like I said, you can add as much color as you want. There's that. And then I added it to a piece of white to really offset it. That's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to add it to my card base that is Coastal Cabana. The Coastal Cabana cardstock is really heavy. Oops. All right. There we go. I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to put this on this way because I'm going to be able to hide that. All right, let me get my eraser and see if I can erase some of this. Okay, let's see how much of this I can get off. A lot of that is coming. Sometimes it gets stained, so you really can't get it off. So that's the only disadvantage to the removable adhesive. So my suggestion would be, if you use the removable adhesive, take and clean it in between. All right, to add some interest to my card, I pulled in my well-written framelits, and I used black to cut out the stems, and I used these little tiny flowers, and I cut out 3 of both colors. And I'm going to put this on a little bit differently just to show you another idea. All right, let me get my little tiny glue bottle here. I'm going to move these off and open this flat, because I'm going to take and I'm going to put dots of glue, and it's going to take it a while to come down. Okay, got it started. I'm going to put just a little bit on the tips, and then I'm going to go through on the stems, and I'm basically going to put some glue on the stems to hold it in place. This is when you need those little tiny tips. And I'm going to add a extra piece there. All right, I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to stick this down like so. And because I don't want it to move, I'm going to put a block on top and give it a few minutes to set. While that's setting, I took the Daisy Lane stamp set, and I took the Friend. I stamped it and I cut it down, and then I cut a piece of black a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll put this together, and I'll put the dimensionals on the back because that's how it goes on. And then I can, by that time my glue will have grabbed good, that it's not going to move, and I can take and I have to pick it up to see. Okay, there. All right, let me put my dimensionals on the back of this. Once the glue grabs, you're okay, but it has to grab or it will shift on you. And I have had that happen. And once it shifts and grabs hold, oh, you have a major issue. All right, so our sentiment's ready to go. Set that over here. All right, now we can move this. And I'm thinking I'm gonna use something. I put the flowers down there, but you know what? I think I'm gonna try something different. I think I'm gonna try sprinkling the flowers on top of the black. What do you think? I think I'm going to try that. Can't hurt. All right, I'm going to add 2 dots of glue, one on each side of the petals. I'm going to stick that down. I'll hold it just a second. Hopefully it'll grab fairly quickly, and I dropped it. And wouldn't you know, it landed with the glue side down. So let me put a little bit more glue. Good thing I have hardwood floors up here. I don't remember where I had this one now, so let's stick that in there. And I'm going to take a block to put on top of those, just to play it safe. I'm going to use this one. All right. I'll put it out there. I'll do this one next. These are tiny. You almost need a tweezers. Okay, now this one. I'll put that one in there. And I think these are grabbing pretty good that I don't need to worry about it. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to press down just a second to make sure it grabs hold. All right. Let's add our sentiment, and then the only thing we need to do is to add our rhinestones in the center of our flowers. And I did that because I felt it needed some bling. Okay, I think this has gone down far enough that I can stick that in there. All right, so I took my rhinestones and I did color that with the blends, but it doesn't show up very well. But that's okay. Whoops, wrong one. All right, now you want to do the rhinestones fairly early in your card making. So do that first so that they have a chance to dry. If not, you'll get ink on your fingers that you'll transfer to the other one. All right, now let's put these on. Then there is a slight color to it. Well, doesn't want to stick. You kind of have to mash it down in that hole because there's nothing for the glue dot on the back of it to grab hold. So I just push it down in that hole and then it's good. All right, one last one, and it's being stubborn. There we go. As you chase it around, there we have it. And there's our card. And I did the inside in the envelope just using some color blocking. So I hope you've enjoyed this color blocking idea and that you'll give it a try. If you do, please share it with me. I'd love to see it. All the supplies I use are listed in the link below so that you can see what they are. You'll also find them on my blog. thanks for visiting me today, and I hope you have a great weekend.